It's Kanayan Williams with the leg whip.
Kick catch interference, kicking team number 12, 15-yard penalty, first down. Timeout.
The flipping of the field has changed now with that penalty. Baylor gets it back. Oh, this is a good rivalry, isn't it?
Ready for a superstar. Got my engines on. Off tonight at 7, 6 o'clock. You see my rocket ship head up in the clouds when the spaceship lit ignite. Hit me from the ground, I'm about to lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ever wonder how they make your Bud Light so crisp and refreshing? It starts with 4 essential ingredients: barley, rice, water, and hops. Crisp, cold, Bud Light, brewed for great times.
Fall moments made easy. That's totally Target.
We used to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
$30? That's awesome.
It's their best unlimited price ever.
For $30 a line, I'm switching now.
The network you want, the price you love, only from Verizon.
Dad, we got this.
We got this.
Let me check out town, okay?
We got this. We got this.
Life is for living.
We got this.
Let's partner for all of it. Edward Jones.
This October on Fox and FS1, the National League's biggest stars lead their teams in a fight for the crown.
Nothing better than October.
The NLDS, October 11th on Fox and FS1.
Well, you got 5 seconds. Who wins the Big 12?
Yeah, good luck. Full name out of the hat. They're going to be awfully difficult for Oklahoma, who's looking at 2 conference losses to begin the season, and I can't remember the last time that happened. Adrian Martinez, 170 yards rushing today. I think you look at the top of that, and there's one thing that jumps out of those top 3, the QBs. It's a QB-centric system. Running and throwing it.
Baylor and Oklahoma State. Game 2 for Baylor, game 1 for the Cowboys, and a run for Reese, who sidesteps one and gets across midfield. Richard Reese, who did that on a touchdown run last week, gained at 24.
And this is awesome. This is just a little change of pace. This is outside zone, split zone, and having the patience. Get to your target. I know this system well. As Derek Mason said, it's like the Indianapolis Colts. Lots of 2 tight ends, outside stretch zone back in the day with Peyton Manning. You got to get to your landmark, but then you've got to be patient and explosive through it.
Shaping to throw, decisive peg, Cameron across the 30-yard line, and the freshman has another first down for Baylor.
And then you run the heavy play action off of it. The line of scrimmage is all moving to that play action fake. And again, I think this is what Shapin does best through 7 games of his career, is throwing darts right across the middle of the field.
His first start last November, Shapin did. Got the win last year in the Big 12 title game. With motion here, it is Reese again, breaking down across the 20-yard line. He tried to juke Taylor, but could not.
£178?
Yes, indeed.
That was the way in this week, I believe. 175 on my roster. Not many 178-pound backs can carry it as he did in high school. 726 times.
That's a lot of touches. Jeff Grimes calls him their most aggressive runner at this point, and that's why he's seen the lion's share of the carries, and they'll go right back there to Reese, who's got the first down.
It's aggressive and explosive. Because you can have the aggressive want to, but his feet are different than any of the other backs. You'll see Williams, you'll see Jones, especially in pass blocking situations, but it is his twitch and speed that's provided a difference in the run game.
They're really playing for it today and tomorrow with that running back room, which Jeff Grimes described as playful and young. There's a lot of youthful energy in that room with Jones and Williams and Reese. Tay McWilliams injured, still out this week. Red zone, play fake, Baldwin dragging instead. It's Shapen to throw across his body for Drake Dabney, the tight end, and a tough peg. Wow.
You know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they said you can never do this. This is a cardinal sin to throw back with all your momentum. But now it seems like, Jason, if you can't do that, you're not playing the position properly. That is tremendous shortstop-esque stuff.
Just going into the hole and slinging to first, basically. Short set, now he feels the pressure, and he whistles it to the sideline where it's caught by Hal Presley. It'll be third down and short.
Yeah, this is a true RPO. You're going to see inside slot receiver Baldwin goes to block. And I think that is where Shapen was looking, but he keeps the play alive enough, and Presley heads up enough to create a third one.
Young receivers room too, just his second year in the program for Presley. What do you like here, 3rd and 1?
Fast and aggressive.
Reese is the tailback. Play action. Shapen hit from behind. He got it out wide and incomplete. Brock Martin bearing down on him. 4th and 1.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete.
And this is Kendall Daniels that is going to come off, that's going to see it. Brock Martin is the inside rusher, and it's Daniels that is just eyeing him up the entire time. That was not fast. That was not aggressive. That was a little shot play, knowing that they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that was 2 to get 1. 4th down and 1. Dylan Doyle in as the lead blocker. It is Reese, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage by Cobb. Toss to the outside, a run to the outside. That's a little bit short. Where have we seen that before?
And where have we seen incredible linebacker play? Sifting through offensive linemen, driving to the hip, and making an open field tackle as good as you can do it.
Reggie Bush had something important taken from him, so Wendy's is returning it.
It gives me great honor to return this to Mr. Reggie Bush.
The Pretzel Pub! Woo! Let's go! Back with its rightful owner.
Come on.
Psych. Don't touch my burger. Yes, sir. Y'all can't take this one away from me.
We haven't told him it's back for a limited time.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
Buying a home? Then you've got a lot on your mind. Now, rising rates? Phew, it's a lot. But with Rocket, you have an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates rise, yours is safe. But if they fall within 3 years of buying, you can refinance to a new, lower rate with exclusive savings. We'll help you lock it and drop it so you can buy today. That's the Rocket Advantage. Lock your rate today. Call 8336-ROCKET or visit therocketadvantage.com.
What's up, man? We need to talk about that lucky jersey.
Haven't washed it in years.
Multiple years?
I don't see any stains. It's lucky.
It's dirty.
Lucky.
Dirty.
Lucky.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Lucky.
Ha! Maybe lucky?
No. Dirty. You know what to do.
Good luck out there!
Bro, no, listen.
It's dirtier than it looks. It's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean. Now get $15 back when you spend $45 on Tide and Downy.
Red Bull gives you wings.
avocado toast.
Ew. Ew.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles, it matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Want updates on the action? Just tell Siri, show me college football scores.
Back to the 4th down play just a moment ago, Brian.
Should have been a touchdown. By all accounts, Baylor has this out leverage. They get the seal here. That's the most critical part, right? Sims does a great job, but you don't win this block. The ultimate team game is mano y mano. Look at the numbers. You have 3 Bears out here. This should be a touchdown. There's 3 Bears to 2 Cowboys. But Mason Cobb runs right through Micah Mazuka, the youngest of those offensive linemen. He would not be denied one of 6 brothers in his family, Mason Cobb. He's had to fight his whole life. And he's learned from some of the best in front of him. And if they're watching right now, Devin Harper, Malcolm Rodriguez are going, that's how you do it, number 0.
Special teamer for a couple years, now thrust into a starting role as Spencer Sanders gets them out of that end zone in the shadow of the goalpost as Doyle was there on the stop along with Morgan, and it's 2nd down. So we've had a safety from the 1-yard line. We've had a turnover on downs. Baylor just a field goal so far. Dominic Richardson, who lost a shoe on that final drive against Baylor in the Big 12 title game last year, he says he's been sitting with that for a long time. It should have been him. They were playing turbo. They never got him back in the game. A chance for revenge here today.
Taking a little bit more time with the uprights right on your back.
Sanders, quick throw, and that's batted away. Beautifully done by the Baylor Bears and Devin Neal.
What you got to do when you're facing a veteran quarterback, man, you have got to be on your toes. An inside slant to John Paul Richardson. Spencer knows it, man. Devin Neal, that was a heck of a play.
Neal had a pick last week against Iowa State. It was odd from the start.
A double clutch by the center, I believe, because he's looking at big old 62. Spencer right there. That's what you do as a QB. Hey, man, I love you. You look good today.
Great player you are.
Don't hit me.
Step infraction. Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's Preston Wilson. And once again, when Ika is on your nose, you will occasionally flinch just a little bit. Trying to figure out who Ika is. I'm not going to say Vita Vea quite yet. Preston Wilson might, because he knows the monster he is to tangle with. But he's climbing up into that kind of dominant territory.
He is a substantial roadblock. Second down for Sanders. Pressure coming. He got out of it and climbs out of the pocket. Gets to the outside. Got a block from Schultz and a major one at that for a 1st down, Oklahoma State.
And the Bears so conscious with their rush. Look at, you're going to see Ika right in the middle drive into Spencer Sanders. But this is the wild card. This is Max Duggan. This is Adrian Martinez. This is today's Big 12. A tremendous block down the field. But the wild card and the X factor of his dynamic legs.
Schultz, a former walk-on Cowboy back, has absolutely leveled Devin Neal, as that is a short gain on 1st down.
Oh, you'd expect nothing else from Jake Schultz. Earned everything he has in his career. That Cowboy position epitomizes Cowboy culture. Selfless, don't get the ball very much, tough as they come.
He went from linebacker to defensive end to Cowboy back, and then from walk-on to scholarship. He's seen it all. 2nd down. Pressure flushes Sanders to the outside again, and he's willing to trot out of bounds to set up 3rd down and medium.
And that's just can't happen to TJ Franklin, the defensive end on that side. Again, it has been all about a coordinated rush. Not just trying to get and hit number 3, but keep him in the tackle box. Can't let him escape and get loose. He's done a ton of damage with his legs. Easier said than done.
Oklahoma State subbed a couple receivers out. Stephon Johnson is checked in to the top of the screen, and this is a throw that way, and it's incomplete for Johnson.
That's a rare miss from Spencer Sanders. I don't like Shapen on the other side. These two enjoy throwing those in cuts, but I think Spencer at the last moment felt the safety presence and threw that ball down in a way, was not going to lead his receiver or put the ball in harm's way.
No major mistakes so far, as Oklahoma State did excavate the ball from the 7-yard line to help field position. Holmes back to receive the punt on the approach from the 15. He was moving as he caught it, and with that head of steam to the 28-yard line. Low-scoring deal so far here in Waco at McLean Stadium. A safety has Oklahoma State up 6.
Dude, this thing is awesome. I know. I bought it using the cash rewards card from Navy Federal Credit Union. I get cash back on every purchase. Honestly, I can't imagine where I'd be without them. One word. Got it. Reeling in fish. No. Eating fish. Fish in the sea? Movie.
Now earn up to 1.75% cash back on all purchases. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Starting route.
Technology helps us navigate to work.
Go straight.
But to navigate the complexities of modern work,
turn left.
You need more than technology. You need CDW.
You have arrived.
So we'll implement cloud-based Microsoft modern work solutions like Microsoft 365, Teams, and Azure, so your teams can collaborate with zero trust security anywhere.
Destination ahead.
Microsoft makes modern work possible. CDW makes it powerful.
So?
The new iPhone 14 Pro. It's amazing.
Yep, the camera is incredible. And you'll get our best deal.
Nice, but everyone should get it.
Everyone can get it.
Every new customer.
And every existing customer.
Every iPhone.
Every iPhone.
Every iPhone.
Every iPhone.
Okay, my work here is done. Everyone gets the best deal on every iPhone.
Best one yet.
Everyone gets AT&T's best deals on every iPhone. Get the new iPhone 14 Pro on us.
Are you coming for my job?
Today, let's paint with Bear Dynasty so that you can be proud of your walls.
Go ahead, throw your wine on it.
What?
It's also scuff resistant. Paying for that.
Bear Dynasty, the best of Bear, exclusively at the Home Depot.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This Always Ultra Thin is our best yet. It wicks gushes 90% faster and absorbs even more for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort. This is triple protection from Always.
It's Taco Bell's double steak grilled cheese burrito with all that steak, nacho cheese sauce, shredded cheese, and even more melty cheese grilled on top. It's back, the double steak grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, a major wake-up call for Oklahoma in that defense at Fort Worth. Michigan had to prove itself against Iowa's tough defense, and a big test for second-ranked Alabama at number 20 Arkansas, and them Hogs. We'll show it to you at the half. Right now, Jason and Brock, back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. We look forward to that. You saw Michigan have just enough in Iowa City in our first game today, and Baylor opened with a strong drive since then. Not a whole lot in terms of points.
They've been committed to throwing the ball, 17 passes to just 9 runs.
From the 28, Chapin is hit, and he coughed up the football for a moment. He got blasted by Colin Oliver, and then he landed on the football.
Yeah, there's two incredibly explosive defenders. One of them's Kendall Daniels. The other one, we did this 11.5 times a season ago, Colin Oliver, and he just runs right through Connor Galvin. I mean, that is, the man added some power and strength to his elite speed. You hold the ball in the pocket while number 30's on the field, you're asking for problems.
Defensive freshman of the year in the Big 12 last season. Now 2nd and 16. They will go to a screen, and that's going absolutely nowhere again. Sione Asi was right there to detonate that play.
Yeah, that line stunt was perfect for that screen. The two defensive tackles just run a little stunt inside. And 6 years of experience, we've said this about a bunch of these D linemen. Brock Martin, too, keeps your eyes up.
Oklahoma State tremendous on third down defensively this year. This is 3rd and 15, and it's Sims undercut and dropped by Corey Black, who was so big in that Big 12 title game last year.
That's now 20 passes to just 9 runs, and I get it to a degree. Right? You want to make this defensive line move. They've had some success running it. You see Connor Galvin say, that's my bad. I got you, number 12. The left tackle can't get beat like that in one-on-one situations.
Now remember as well, Oklahoma State gets the ball out of halftime. The Cowboys deferred. So this is essentially 2 for 1 here if they can, although their tempo would suggest Baylor might see it again. Power to punt. Under 4 to go in this first half, and that's a line drive for Presley and very returnable to the 45-yard line. Spencer Sanders, Oklahoma State 4th-year starter. You know what? It's been a little bit of a ride for him. 6-0 to start last year, 3 straight wins against top 25. But oh boy, he got sent to the cotton candy stand from the bucking Bronco. Then 5 straight wins, a victory over Oklahoma. Oh no, goodness gracious, he's into the funnel cakes again. And then in the Fiesta Bowl, 4 touchdown passes, the comeback against Notre Dame. He's been great this year, and he's hanging on.
You know your fair goods. Good for you.
What, you ever been to one?
Oh, yeah.
That's where you got to go, right?
I grew up 2 blocks from the Puyallup Fair. I'll tell you what I never grew up doing was running the way Spencer can. Effective throwing it, but it's the rushes, 7 of them today.
That is available for Segway of the Year here on Fox College Football by Brock Heward there. Hang on, we got 3:43 to go in the first half. Sanders to throw. Oh, my goodness, what a collision. Al Walcott absolutely exploded.
This was Jalen Petrie's position a season ago, who was flat out elite. And you can see the club on the right hand there, and just the guts and the ferocity. How many of these defensive plays do we need to see in the first half? My goodness gracious.
He ran right through John Paul Richardson to make that play. As this is Presley, he's across midfield, he's backpedaling, and he's still up and eventually torn down. That's a gain of 12, and it's 3rd and 1.
That's 3 Bears trying to corral the littlest guy on that offense, and they have a hard time doing so.
Finally got it just right, those 3 Bears did after 12 yards.
I see what you did right there.
3rd down and 1. Now, if you don't get it here, do you go for it on 4th down? We'll see. It's a handoff, little delay there, and it is DeAndre Jackson back from injury for a first down.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion there, and sometimes when you have that in the backfield, it just screws everything up. But a better job by the guys in front of Spencer Sanders to create push and get the first down. And you're right, from a clock management standpoint, I like this right now. You want to play rapid fast, but you know possessions are a premium. I also know in the final 2 minutes, as you cross 50, whether it's QB draw, QB option, Spencer Sanders' legs become that much more effective.
I also wonder when Dave Aranda might use timeouts, or if he would, as Sanders gets out of a closing pocket and runs. Just as you said, he's out of bounds, and it's a gain of 9.
And once again, you draw this one up, watch the pocket collapse all around him. The oxygen is sucked out of the room, but he's got the wiggle. He's got the elusiveness to run through a rare missed tackle there by Matt Jones and pick up a first.
Easy toss outside Presley, and he's up the sideline across the 30.
And that QB run is so deflating to a defense. We watched the Sooners. I think they still lost to Kansas State today. I mean, it's so defeated them a week ago, did it, the Sooners. And for Spencer Sanders, it's demoralizing when a defense does everything right, but they can't bring down the QB run game.
The drive continues. Sanders, quick toss outside the other way. John Paul Richardson inbounds, and so we'll see if Baylor, and Dave Aranda, who talked to us yesterday about using timeouts that accidentally give life to the other team, doesn't use one here.
No, I don't think so. I see him nodding along. I think he heard your commentary and said, yes, Jason, I know. We were on the same wavelength many, many times.
I hope there's better programming in his headset. 2nd down and 6.
I think he just yelled option. Be alert for number 3 runner.
Sanders whips it wide, caught by Presley inside the 15 ahead of Milton.
And that's just impossible. That's Garmin Randolph who's trying to get underneath this and close down that speed and space. He can't. Yeah, they turned the system over to number 3 for a reason, because he sees the entirety of the field. The game is slowed down, and whether it's Presley or any number of his weapons, and now all the way to the top. Look at all of the space to the top of the field.
That was the 7th catch for Presley. They're on him this time on a possible screen. It's Sanders running, couple of pump fakes, and he dodges out of bounds with 38 seconds to go. Beautiful time management for the Cowboys.
Well, you just give him space. We talk about this with receivers, right? Oh, I got to get my receiver, my running back in space. Well, how about just your quarterback? Formation into the boundary, so he's got all of that room to operate and once again doing damage.
Ika in the middle of that defense. 2nd down and 1. Oklahoma State all 3 timeouts as well. There's a 1st down available. It is Richardson driving the legs to the end zone. And he's down just short. Oof. By about inches.
Well, Ika takes on 2 blockers in the hole as Will Williams right there in that collision. And this is why they spend all that time, man. It looks like that ball is over.
He's not
no,
on
he
the
is.
ground.
There's no body part down.
1st down. Timeout, Oklahoma State.
That's a touchdown.
Their 1st of the half.
Yeah, that really should be a touchdown. How many times is a play in this game going to be decided by inches? The storylines write themselves.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One in a hybrid. You can't break a land speed record. Air, you will not conquer the air. Well, you'll never make a real truck. Or compete off-road. Yeah? Well, what if you can't see the road? What about when there is no road? No land? No gas? They've challenged us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? Honda, the power of dreams.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And by switching, you could even save $652. Thank you, Liberty Mutual. Now, contestants ready? Go!
Oh, don't make it worse. No. Why?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I told you, I'm betting us. Have you seen that defense? All right, bye. Hey, I'm just trying to buy these.
I think you may need one of these, too.
Really? Yeah, I'm just messing with you. That was good.
Weekend.
Enjoy the game.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Honda, the power of dreams, and by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Call on the field here is that Richardson was short of the goal line. Can you see anything to overturn it?
The problem is he's not short with the ball, but you can't see his knees. There's no look that we have. It's just a massive humanity. You assume his knee didn't touch the ground, but replay can't make those kind of assumptions.
They've added time to the clock. It's 32 seconds. That was a 1st down as well. So 1st and goal from the 1 for Oklahoma State against Baylor. And Spencer Sanders is in, touchdown.
So you want your son to be an offensive guard or defensive lineman? I mean, that is a mosh pit. But they win right at the point. Preston Wilson and company take care of Ika, get a little bit lower and give Spencer Sanders just enough push to score in the mosh.
Son, what do you do on your weekends? I dive at the other guy. Got the job done. It's a touchdown for Sanders, and look, from 1 yard away, Oklahoma State gets in for Baylor to trail 16-3. And coming up at the half, stay tuned. Mike Hill, Devin Gardner, Chris Peterson, the State Farm halftime show. Some of the stories. Oklahoma had a rough go of it in the Metroplex in Fort Worth. Michigan did enough to get a victory, and then Alabama against Arkansas. But Spencer Sanders, you called it with his legs. He's been a factor today in a big way.
Yeah, the passing game has been effective. There was an enormous third down conversion. He's felt space in the passing game, but even more so in the running game, and we have seen it all season. In a one-on-one, there are very few in college football that can tackle him, and here's just a little bit of touch. The biggest thing that jumps out, and punching it in through the mosh pit, the biggest thing, Jason, that just jumps out to me at any level is the value of experience slowing the game down. I mean, there is nothing today for Spencer Sanders, even in this building that's electric against an elite group, that feels fast. He's playing faster and easier than anybody on the field while the game just slows down for him.
Looking for his 28th career win as a starting quarterback. And he said after the Big 12 title game, you cannot have any regrets. And he's playing regret-free right now. As Baylor will get it back with 2 timeouts, 26 seconds. It is Gavin Holmes to the 25 and now the 29. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life. Creating financial security for more than 150 years.
I mean, Baylor's had their opportunities. It has been the game management situations that Oklahoma State has excelled at. Getting out of their own end zone, scoring in the red zone, winning on critical third downs, making a decision to punt, to back up, and making that pay. Baylor's going to look at some of the tape and kick themselves because there were opportunities clearly missed.
Turnover on downs, a big one. Here's Shapen again feeling pressure, again running for his life. Lacey's after him. Shapen wants to turn it upfield, and he does throw it near the 20. That was 11 seconds worth of running around like crazy.
And this is danger, danger, danger zone, because now you're going to let Oklahoma State do what they do best, and that's tee off. Tyler Lacey's been phenomenal this year, leading this team in pressures. Yeah, he can't chase down Shapen that time. Colin Oliver's hunting down a second sack. But this is not the place that Baylor wants to be, is putting these monsters with their ears pinned back.
And that's why Quaylen Jones gets this carry on the final play. Half number 1, Oklahoma State declines to use the timeouts. They are happy with it because Baylor has been held to the fewest points in a first half at home. They've won their last 9 here since they lost to Oklahoma State 2 years ago in December. Mike Hill, Devin Gardner, Chris Peterson in Los Angeles. They've got the State Farm halftime show. Mike.
All right, guys. Yes, we are here. Welcome to the State Farm halftime show here in L.A. I am Mike. That is Devin. That is the coach, Chris Peterson. Last year, guys, Spencer Sanders was not good against Baylor. We all know that. 1 touchdown, 7 interceptions, including 4 in the Big 12 championship game. Not necessarily great today, but he's getting the job done for this Oklahoma State offense as we take a look at the State Farm halftime highlights. He's accounted for both touchdowns, no turnovers. Devin.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And what Baylor's trying to do is kind of a must rush where they don't truly put pressure on him and kind of force him to pass. He hurts him there, but then he gets into that run game. The run game is really what's helping Oklahoma State. And the thing for me is if I'm Baylor, I've got to put a spy on him, and I've got to make sure that he beats me with his arm because his legs are killing him right now.
Well, what I'm liking better than Spencer Sanders is Oklahoma State's defense. 46 yards of rush offense Baylor has got on them. And it's been spectacular. I mean, they're hitting him in the backfield. They got a safety to their credit. It's been really, really impressive. Shapen's been solid, 14 for 20, but if Baylor can't run the ball and they're one-dimensional, Oklahoma State's going to win this game.
Only 3 points in the first half. Remember, Oklahoma State's defense playing much better over the last couple of weeks, giving up just 12 points a game over the last two. 16-3 second half coming up momentarily from Waco. The first major Big 12 upset took place last week on Fox when Kansas State went into Norman and beat down Oklahoma. The Sooners looking to get back on track against undefeated TCU, and it didn't get any easier or better today, and this was a scary moment right here for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, they were already in dire straits in this game, 34-10 at the time, and then they lose their quarterback who'd been so good to this point in the season.
TCU did not lose its quarterback. Max Duggan was incredible today.
He really was. 300 yards, 3 TDs. He can run. He can run like the wind. He was spectacular.
He did the job as TCU remains undefeated. Texas Tech, 25th ranked Kansas State. Kansas State coming off that big win last week against Oklahoma, as we told you. And Adrian Martinez has been incredible this year.
Talking about running like the wind. I mean, Adrian Martinez has found himself a new pair of legs because he is using them. He's using them early. He's using them often. And these defenses have to stay honest.
Kansas State, 17 fourth-quarter points.
116 passing yards, 171 rushing yards for Martinez in the win. Iowa State, Kansas, how about the Jayhawks?
Sevens, Kansas Jayhawks.
No doubt. I hear you. I'm feeling you.
I mean, I'm talking about this running combination they have with Neal and Highshaw in that backfield. And then you add that triple threat of the quarterback, Jalen Daniels, who everybody's going to be screaming Heisman if he gets it done today.
14-0 Kansas TCU this week.
I'm telling you, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a good one.
Bryce Young came into Fayetteville ready to play, but he had to head to the tent in the first half. He has been injured. We're getting an update on the Alabama quarterback and the Heisman winner next.
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I've never seen y'all without the helmets, so I'm trying to read y'all. But as the day went on, we started finding things we had in common, and we just built a relationship so quick.
It's been cool making new connections with people and being able to tell our stories. I came in today not knowing anybody, and I feel like I have new friends.
This experience really showed everybody kind of has the same goal in mind, and it's cool to see other people that are goal-oriented and want to change the world outside of football like me.
Two Cleveland icons, Central Cadillac and the Cleveland Browns, steeped in tradition and delivering excellence on and off the field. Your Central Cadillac luxury experience includes award-winning customer service, a lifelong commitment to your total satisfaction, and outstanding value, like a Cadillac XT5 all-wheel drive, $499 a month at Central Cadillac, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, downtown on Carnegie, centralcadillac.com.
It's bad enough taxing Tim Ryan helped Biden raise taxes on Ohio families. Worse, Ryan allowed our tax dollars to go to COVID relief checks for the Boston Marathon bomber and hundreds of thousands of other convicted murderers and criminals in prison. The Ryans spend almost $1 billion in COVID checks going to jailed, hardened criminals. Taxing Tim Ryan. Higher taxes, criminal spending. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Heavy-duty pulling power to conquer the high road or the off-road. The GMC Sierra Heavy Duty, premium and capable. Sierra Heavy Duty models are arriving weekly at your local GMC dealers. Available for immediate delivery with 0% financing.
Cleveland's own Tracy McCool, weeknights on Fox 8 News.
Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Blake Corum and number 4 Michigan take their electrifying show on the road against Indiana. The best pregame, the best announcers, the biggest games. Michigan, Indiana, all part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Welcome back to the State Farm Fox College Football Halftime Show. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back at the half, DGCP and me, Ohio State entered Week 5 with 27 touchdowns, the most in FBS. Today, they hosted Rutgers, a team the Buckeyes hung 7 touchdowns on last year, and you knew the Buckeyes offense would come to play again today.
I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches. Running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, offensive linemen. What?
But who's your Heisman front runner?
Right there, throwing the ball.
C.J. Stroud, Julian Fleming, so many receivers, so many offensive weapons. No, they don't need them.
My goodness.
21-7 late in the second quarter. Number 4, Michigan, Iowa. This was our big noon kickoff game. This was offense versus defense off the reverse, Ronnie Bell.
Athlete in space. Get it to your playmakers, especially against a great defense. I mean, that's your only anecdote to.
Michigan scored on this opening drive, and really that was pretty much all the offense needed, to be honest with you. J.J. McCarthy passed on the test to Donovan Edwards right there, 12-yard score right there. Wolverines win it 27-14 as we take a look at, the ball control for the Michigan offense. You knew they wanted to run the ball, and they got the job done. Time possession, especially in the first half.
It was amazing. And to run for 172 yards on this defense, that's impressive.
With more from Iowa City, here's Rob Stone in the big noon kickoff game.
So Michigan gets their first win in Iowa City since 2005, second straight year the Wolverines start 5-0. This was the first true test for their new young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. How do you grade him?
He passed. He got an A+ in my opinion. He handled the crowd, and he handled a really good defense. He did exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Can he be patient, dink and dunk, and take what the defense gives him? 155 yards, a touchdown, no turnovers. How about he had a good grade today?
And a big question about the Wolverines, how do you replace 2 high draft picks in the defensive front? They pressured Petrus all night. You had Mike Morris, Ayabi Yoki. They had 4 sacks, 3 of them between those 2 cats. They're a young defensive line. I thought they played outstanding today.
And watching Blake Corum today, the thing I came away with, I thought he was a workhorse today. He was patient. He allowed the blocks to develop. He took what the defense gave him, the 3 and 4 yards, and then he got the home run touchdown at the end.
And for Iowa guys, a lot of soul searching right now, I think, for Kirk Ferentz with his staff. They've got to figure out how to get Brian Ferentz to play to the strengths of Spencer Petras. He's got to play better, too. They got a young offensive line. They got exposed towards the end of that game. Their defense is too good. Special teams are too good. They've got to figure out a way of playing better complementary football, Coach.
Just 35 yards rushing for Iowa on this one. Michigan next week at Indiana, and then after that, they host Penn State. That one is growing and growing in stature.
All right, guys, Michigan number 2 scoring offense in the nation. Iowa came in number 1 scoring defense. Offense ruled the defense on this day. How did they get it done, Coach?
Yeah, I thought that Michigan was very solid, against this great defense. They didn't put their quarterbacks in harm's way. They ran the ball really well. It starts with a little bit of trickery, misdirection. Mm-hmm. They pack him in there, get the ball in an end round to Ronnie Bell, athlete in space, then he makes something happen. Then they go to a little bit of triple option. Is McCarthy going to hand it off? Nope. Poles is going to run it? Nope. Then he throws it. Now, again, it doesn't look like much, but that's a nice 10-yard gain on a great defense. And then lastly, J.J. McCarthy just beats the blitz with his feet. Scramble drill, one of the worst things that defensive coordinators want to see, and to get a guy wide open. So I thought they were really solid on offense, not putting their quarterback in harm's way and doing what they needed to do to win the game.
Yeah, everybody talked about it. This is the test for J.J. McCarthy to go into Kenny. I've been in Kenny Stadium. Just telling you. I've lost in Kenny Stadium. Lost. And I'm just telling you, it's tough to play there. And for him to go in and do the things he was able to do, just control the game and not actually do too much, because they have a bell cow and a runner in Blake Corum. I mean, he's been outstanding all season, leading the country in scoring. Now, a year ago, they had Hassan Haskins, the big tank. Everybody knew they could lean on him. And coming into this year was a bit of a question. Can we depend on Blake Corum to be that monster that Hassan Haskins was? And he's proving over and over again, he's that little engine that could.
He keeps on doing it. 10 scoring touchdowns on the ground this season, leading the FBS. Michigan 27 points. Iowa had only allowed 23 all season. Next Saturday, big noon kickoff heads to Bloomington as Michigan visits Indiana. Coverage of that game begins at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fox. Number 7, Kentucky was enjoying its highest ranking since 1977 until this weekend's trip to Oxford. We'll show you how they basically gave up the game in the end. Costly turnovers. Spencer Sanders, no turnovers in this one, unlike what he did against Baylor last year. It's a big reason why his team is up 16-3 at the half.
Jake from State Farm. Look, I want that personal price plan, so I'm going to level with you.
I've literally never washed Patrick's practice jersey. Superstitious.
Jeff, you don't need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Yo, Jeff, you sure this is clean? Absolutely, Patrick. There you go.
Ugh. That's on me.
Yeah. Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red Bull gives you wings.
All the hard work for the whole season, right here.
This October on Fox and FS1, the National League's biggest stars lead their teams in a fight for the crown.
Nothing better than October.
The NLDS, October 11th on Fox and FS1.
Fox Wednesday brings the wonder.
It's TV theme night.
Two new costumes bring the drama with a juicy plot twist.
The doctor is out of his mind.
All new Masked Singer. Then Lego Masters goes to the Brick and Rodeo.
Can I get a yeehaw?
Hang on for incredible surprises.
We told you there would be twists and turns this season.
All new Masked Singer and all new Lego Masters. Wednesday on Fox.
The Talk, which is now taking a hiatus.
Sharon Osbourne was fired from The Talk. The Talk made headlines around the world.
It was unfathomable that that happened on The Talk.
I just kept saying, why are you all doing this to me? Cheryl was stabbing me in the back.
The punishment doesn't fit the crime because there was no crime.
I say when I'm done. Not them.
Welcome to the State Farm Fox College Football Halftime Show. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And join Fox Corporation in donating to support those affected by the devastation of Hurricane Ian. Please visit www.redcross.org or text the word Ian to 90999 to make a $10 donation. Thoughts and prayers with everybody that's been affected by Ian. We thought this game was going to be affected down in Florida State. Number 22, Wake Forest. Number 23, Florida State. Wake coming off that disappointing loss against Clemson, but Sam Hartman doing what he does. A.T. Perry right there, 4-yard touchdown. Wake up 14-7, and then Hartman again. Donovan Green, 20-yard score. Hartman 14-24, 149 yards, and those two touchdowns right now, they're up 21-7. Number 2, Alabama. Number 20, Arkansas. Arkansas, disappointing loss against Texas A&M, but Bryce Young finding Kobe Prentice. A receiver stepping up again for Alabama.
Getting that ball out quick. That's all Bryce Young right there.
Bryce Young looked good when he was in the game, but this is a moment of trepidation right here. Rolling out, looking for somebody, and finds the end zone right there.
It's just too easy.
8-yard touchdown. Here's what I'm talking about. Young hit by Drew Sanders. See, he stretches his arm out there. Will leave the game with an apparent injury, like he was holding his shoulder. He's in the tent. Has not returned to the game, but Alabama rolling this game right now. Number 7, Kentucky. Number 14, Ole Miss. Quinshon Judkins.
Kentucky got out of Ole Miss's way, but they just couldn't get out of their own way here to finish that game.
Ole Miss was up 14-0 against Lane's boys. They came back. Kentucky, though, did end by late turnovers.
They really did. The final 2 possessions, they had fumbles, crushed them.
Inside Ole Miss territory, deep inside Ole Miss territory. Look at that moment of jubilation right there.
Be careful in there.
We love it. 22-19, Ole Miss, the win. Oklahoma State, how about that defense? Come on, baby. Let's game tackle in the end zone. Cowboys up 16-3 at the half.
face to face in the ring for the first time ever.
These shoes, they're killing my feet.
Let me break them in for you.
Seriously?
I have double wide feet. They could stretch out concrete.
Welcome to Flatch. All new. Thursday on Fox.
Coming?
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today to learn more about the 2022 Taos starting at $23,495. Limited inventory available.
This is fall in New York State. This is like nowhere else. Plan your getaway at iloveny.com.
We're all sick of COVID-19, but it was the third leading cause of death in the U.S., and it's still making people really sick. The COVID-19 updated boosters